I just got back from my first personal training session and it was actually really good. Basically, we went through some exercises, used a few machines, also did some squats, which was interesting because yesterday he asked me what I was afraid to do. And I said I was afraid to do squats. And he was like, okay, we're going to do those. And I was like, oh, okay. Because I was actually nervous about that hurting my knees. But I've made a lot of progress with the knee pain that I've had through diet and things like that. But I think that it's also a matter of weakness, right? I've released my resistance to it, and it actually didn't have that much pain. I had like little moments where I could feel sort of just like a quick shooting pain that would come and go. But he's just basically getting me to do things at like a 6-7 intensity for the first session and just see how that goes. So I feel more confident that he is really checking in with me about how each exercise feels and where I feel it, and how intense it is for me on a scale of 1 to 10. So that gave me a lot more confidence to move forward, because I had mentioned in a previous video how I had had some negative experience of being pushed too far in a different thing in a Ashtanga yoga class, and that made it so that I couldn't go back to the class. So I've always kind of just been nervous about getting pushed too much since that. So anyways, yeah, I feel like more comfortable that it's okay and I'm going to be fine, and we'll go at the pace that as I build up those muscles that my knee is not going to hurt. So that's cool. I just feel like that is so much more important for the long term than any kind of physical change to do with how I look. So I'm happy about that. And it makes me think about how many people are walking around in the world with body pain due to weakness in their body. And a lot of times when people age, we see, an older person, we want to help them and do things for them to make it easier. But if we actually don't use our muscles, then they become weaker. So it really actually doesn't help. What helps is to actually use them and not shy away from the things that are scary or difficult. I did some squats today, which I mentioned, and one of them, the first squats that we did, where I actually sat down on this square thing so that I wasn't going all the way down, because when I went all the way down, I felt at my knee. So then we used this thing that I sat down onto, like a bench almost. And everything was great. I did a lot of reps of different kinds of squats. It was at the end, I did a kind of squat where I actually had to bend down with my knee on the floor. That one was where I really felt it. And I immediately could tell how valuable it is to get a trainer, because if, let's say I did a workout video or something like that, I'm going to follow somebody who teaches me on YouTube how to do it. I knowing myself, that I would have been like, oh, that's uncomfortable, I don't like that, right? And I wouldn't get to the end of it. So then I'm not going to actually grow myself, right? Physically, physical strength, physical muscles, but just like grow my ability to stretch myself, right? So yeah, that was amazing. I would have never done those. He had me do 3 reps of this uncomfortable exercise. So yeah, I'm looking forward to my next session, which is tomorrow. I was kind of surprised because I thought that he would have me do a rest day in between, but I'm assuming we're probably just doing different exercises tomorrow. I bought like a package of 6 sessions, so I think he's going to try to get them done in 2 weeks. We've already done 2, the intake session yesterday, and then today the first session, and then tomorrow will be the 3rd, and then I'm assuming the next 3 will happen next week. So I will continue to share how it went for the first 6 sessions, and then over time, like just kind of come back, not necessarily every day in a row like this, just related to these sessions, and then as I'm making progress and things like that. So one of the things I have to do is to eat a lot more protein than I normally eat. Today, I just kind of fell back on my normal proteins. So I didn't really actually get up to 140 grams of protein. haven't even actually counted it. I know it's past like 60, like, the 30 grams a meal easily. But definitely didn't get up to the 140. So I have to work on that. So I'll be making progress with it. And that will be a part of this journey too, is, how to get up there. Maybe I'll talk more about what I ate to get up to 140 grams once I do get up to it. Part of it is too, it's like I'm not that hungry to eat that much more. So got to figure that one out. There we have it. My first session with a personal trainer. And I enjoyed it, and I highly recommend it, because if you are left to do things on your own, then it's easy to just not push ourselves beyond in the way that we need to actually make those gains. All right, we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.